When a legendary pundit like Roy Keane calls you out, it cuts deep. That happened to Luke Shaw following Manchester United's heavy 3-0 defeat to City. And now, Shaw has finally broken his silence. It was the Manchester Derby, a game where the stakes are always sky high, and expectations from the fans are unforgiving. Many thought Shaw, one of United's most experienced defenders, would rise to the occasion. Instead, his struggles were there for all to see. He allowed Jeremy Doku too much space, failed to prevent Phil Foden's opener, lost key defensive battles, and didn't track his runners with enough intensity. After the final whistle, Roy Keane delivered a brutal verdict. He accused Shaw of lacking effort, being poorly positioned, and failing in the fundamentals of defending. He even claimed Shaw had been getting away with murder for years. Those words resonated across social media, making headlines instantly. For Shaw, now 30 years old, the criticism struck harder because of his history. His career has been punctuated by injuries, constant fitness battles, and long periods of rehabilitation. Expectations have always been complicated by his physical setbacks. Still, when asked about Keane's assessment, Shaw didn't dodge responsibility. He admitted the words hurt. More importantly, he confessed that last week he simply wasn't good enough. He acknowledged that criticism comes with the territory of being a footballer at the highest level. But this time he agreed. The performance was below the standards demanded at Manchester United. The Derby wasn't an isolated event. Across the 90 minutes, Shaw's defensive lapses allowed City to dominate key areas of the pitch. Doku's pace exposed him. Erling Haaland found space too easily. His positioning was inconsistent, and his passes lacked precision. Every weakness was magnified on the biggest stage, and it handed critics like Keane the perfect opportunity to pounce. For many supporters, it was the kind of performance that rekindled long-standing doubts about whether Shaw could ever achieve full consistency. But what followed was equally important. In United's next match, a 2-1 victory over Chelsea, Shaw delivered a far sharper display. He moved with urgency, showed better anticipation, and played with more discipline. The contrast suggested that he had taken the criticism to heart. Afterward, he spoke about the importance of consistency. He said he listens to the criticism, accepts it without excuses, and understands that at a club with United's history, the pressure is permanent. For Shaw, the key is to respond by working harder, not by shrinking from the spotlight. There's also a deeper psychological element at play. Being publicly criticized by a figure like Roy Keane, someone who once captained Manchester United and remains a powerful voice in football, creates a pressure few players ever face. Add to that years of injury setbacks, impatient supporters, and the relentless expectations of the Premier League, and the mental burden is immense. Shaw admitted that the comments hurt, but also hinted that they may serve as the kind of wake-up call he needs. Now Shaw finds himself at a crossroads. He can allow the weight of criticism to crush his confidence, or he can use it as fuel to reignite his career. Fans will watch closely to see if he delivers consistent performances, proving that the Derby was an exception rather than a rule. The spotlight won't leave him. That is the reality of Manchester United. The only question is whether Shaw can turn pain into motivation and silence both the pundits and the doubters.